Welcome back to the next episode of Tea with Tea. And today on the couch with me is Taryn Laas, and she is the marketing manager of the Busamed Group. Busamed is a proudly South African, privately owned hospital group. And Taryn is going to tell us a little bit more of the services and how they combine premium care with a personal touch. Welcome, Taryn, and thank you for being here today.
Morning, Talita. Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to our discussion.
Thank you. Taryn, please tell us a little bit more about Busamed. How would you introduce Busamed to our viewers?
Excellent. So, Talita, we are a young, dynamic hospital group. We've been operational for about 11 years now. We were founded by Dr. Busamed G. He's the founder of the hospital group, doctor by nature. And we were really established to look at the private healthcare market and, to establish ourselves as a competitor within the market.
And you guys, there's 7 hospitals, right?
Correct. We currently have 7 hospitals across the country.
Any prospects of any new ones coming soon?
We certainly hope so. We certainly hope so.
We do too.
Yes.
Taryn, what specialized services do you offer here at Busamed?
All our hospitals differ. The 2 in KZN are our 2 flagship hospitals.
Okay.
And they offer everything. So Hillcrest, for example, offers everything from maternity to pediatrics, all the way through to oncology.
Yeah.
Our Gateway Hospital is a bit more specialized in surgical care, with a very strong footprint in cardiology, orthopedic surgery and neurosurgery. However, they also offer oncology.
Okay.
So here at Modderfontein, we also have an oncology unit attached to the hospital, and we're also very strong in orthopedics. If we have a look at our Lowveld Hospital in Nelspruit, that is a 50-bed surgical hospital only.
Okay.
So we only currently do surgeries there. However, we are hoping to expand quite soon as well, and then offer medical. Our Paardenvlei Hospital, also very strong in orthopedics, and they're also a 24-hour hospital, 24-hour emergency unit, and then our Harry Smith and Bram Fisher are the same. So Bram Fisher a little bit stronger in trauma.
Yes.
We're hoping to become, it's known for our trauma center. So yes, each of our hospitals differ,
yes,
but it also is based on what the community needs are.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. And what differentiates Busamed from its competitors in the private sector?
So I think the biggest thing that differentiates us is our competitors. Some of them have been around for over 40 years.
Yeah.
So we always, we sort of jokingly say that they act like a 40-year-old. You're stuck in your ways,
True.
Whereas we're the young 10, 11-year-olds. So we're curious. We're willing to push the boundaries, change things. Because we are smaller, it's easier to change things and implement them quickly to see if they're working and if it is, beneficial to the patients and to the community, and then always change it back if it wasn't. So I do think that's one of our biggest advantages. We're quite, nimble, dynamic, and like I say, we're curious and we're willing to explore, and, it's easy for us to explore things.
Yeah, because I've experienced this because I've been here at the hospital. I visited one of the doctors, Dr. Maketa, and it was a lovely experience.
Excellent.
But Taryn, you thrive on premium care.
Correct.
With a personal touch.
Yes.
What is that?
Absolutely. So I'm sure you've heard many people say that sometimes you walk into a hospital, you just feel like a number.
Yeah.
So Busamed really wants to change that. We want to make sure that each person has a unique experience, because we are all unique. We're dealing with different emotions. So we want to make sure that our patients know that they are going to receive premium care,
yes,
but also that their unique needs are being taken into account. And we treat everybody as if they, everybody is special, but
yes,
we try and look for what makes you special and what works for you.
Yeah,
so
treat that individual.
Exactly. And that is that personal touch, absolutely. And understanding you and your family.
Yes.
And it also doesn't only extend to our patients, it extends to your family members as well.
Okay.
Some family members want to hear from us every day. Some family members, will say, okay, we'll just talk to the patient directly.
Yeah.
So we try and understand your individual kind of needs, and we try and give you that healthcare that suits your needs.
Taryn, and I know that there's different suites that you offer at the hospital, and there's a premium suite which is often booked out way months in advance. But what is that premium suite? What do you guys offer?
Okay, so the premium suites we've got at 2 of our hospitals, being Gateway and here at Modderfontein.
Yes.
The premium suites are for your working executives that, as much as we say we'd like to just lie in hospital and recover, the reality is most of us have to continue working.
Yeah.
Most of us have to continue continue with meetings. And
Absolutely.
and you want a comfortable environment to do that in. So our premium suites are little replicas of hotel rooms.
Yes.
They've got a nice lounge suite. We've got the added extras of a little mini bar. We've also got the added extras of a working desk.
Okay.
As well as then, some people want to subscribe to, onto their Netflix while they're in hospital. So
Exactly.
we allow that as well.
Yes.
So it is really for, people that need to carry on working, but need a space to actually do it in, so.
And I've heard that there's a personal chef.
Yes.
That they actually, in the premium suite, get to know and actually prepare the meals for them.
Yeah, so what we did as Busamed was, you've heard endlessly that people complain about hospital food.
Very true.
And a lot of that time it's because it has to be a low-fat or a diabetic menu.
Yes.
But not everybody needs that. Most people need a normal menu.
Yeah.
So what we did as Busamed was we brought in an executive chef. So a chef that has worked in 5-star restaurants, and we said, okay, within the dietary restrictions, keeping in mind that we don't want to overload with sugars and things like that.
Cholesterol and fats.
But we can still make really nice meals. So our executive chef, he oversees all our patient menus.
Okay.
But then we went one step further and we thought, let's introduce an a la carte menu. So if you don't like any of the options on the hospital menu for the day, you can order a steak or a baby chicken.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So as long as your surgeon is happy with it or your doctor is happy with it, you can order from the a la carte
It
menu.
must be authorized.
It must be authorized. You can't go crazy.
No desserts.
Yeah, we do have lovely desserts, cheesecakes, etc. But if you're coming in for your hip or your knee, you don't really have to be on any form of special
if you don't have
diets.
any allergies or anything like that,
Correct.
then of course you want to have that luxury of eating lekker.
Correct. So our general menus are very good, but if you want to take it a step further, we have the a la carte menus, all overseen by our executive chef.
Yes, and there's nothing better like watching a Netflix movie while you're at the hospital, in your hospital bed, but
having a
feeling
steak
at
dinner.
home and having a steak and having a cheesecake for dessert.
Absolutely. It's all about your individual journey.
Exactly. And we are actually in one of the executive suites.
Yes, we are.
And you can see it's absolute pure luxury. Look at this couch. So the family can also come and visit. And while the patient is having the very much specialized services and individual care and premium care.
Absolutely.
If there is one thing that you would like to tell our audience today that they need to remember Busamed by, what would it be?
It's a lot. We've got a lot of uniqueness that the group offers. Maybe I can just run through a few of them and the audience can decide which stands out to them the most.
Please.
We also try and look at a fast track solution. So all our patients that are coming in for elective surgery, there's no need for you to come do your pre-admission and then still have to sit at the waiting area waiting for the person in front of you to be admitted. Yes. So we have a healthcare concierge at our hospital who then greets all our patients, checks if they are pre-admitted and then takes them straight to the ward.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a car to bed, we want, because we all know everyone is anxious when they come to the hospital.
Yes.
You just want to get to your bed, you want to get into your jammies and get comfortable and start thinking about the procedure or, your admission. So that's one of the unique features that we offer. Some of our facilities are heavily invested in technology.
Yes.
So our part of Flyer facility, for example, we've got one of the biggest robotic orthopedic practices in the country.
Wow.
We've got 2 orthopedic robots, so that's for your hip and knee replacements. Okay. So a lot of our patients will go there because of the advanced technology, and they've got a 1.5 day turnaround time on most of their patients after a hip or knee replacement, and that's because the robotics makes it more precise, minimally invasive, and they just generally heal much quicker. Okay. Then if we have a look, I've mentioned now our Gateway. So Gateway and Lowveld have got a Da Vinci surgical robot, which is used a lot for urological care and gynecological care and a bit of general surgery. So again, the benefits that come from having these technologies are often why patients pick our hospital. Our Lowveld also has a robotic hip and knee replacement, so they've got the 2 robots. So yes, there's a couple of things that we do that we're trying to stand out from the competitor. But I think at the end of the day, it would be that personalized experience.
Yes.
You're not just a number. You're not that your individual needs matter to us.
Yes. And Taryn, that's definitely one of the most unique features, I would say, as well. And it's not just a combined personal care, but it's that individual touch, and now with technology as well, because
Absolutely.
that's obviously where it's moving towards to.
Yes,
AI,
absolutely.
technology, robots, and you guys are adapting. Busamed is adapting.
Yeah, and it's never there to replace the surgeon.
Yes.
It's always there to benefit the surgeon and
Of
the
course,
patients.
of course.
What we can do now is we can really tailor, for example, the knee and hip replacements. The robot helps us look at your knee. In the past, surgeons had one method, and it would be the same method on my knee, same method on your knee. Now they can look at your knee and make sure that the prosthesis and how they've managed to maneuver it
Yes.
is unique to Talita's knee
Wow.
and unique to Taryn's knee. So that's quite special.
Yeah, no, definitely. And of course, that will make the healing process, like you say, so much more faster and easier.
Exactly. And the outcome for the patient will be better because this is made for your knee and for your hip.
Yeah, so you'll walk more comfortable.
Absolutely.
Because you'll feel like it's your own knee.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yes, and then the last thing is really our partnerships. So, I mean, obviously our partnership with Mrs. South Africa.
Yes.
We've got a partnership with the Waterfall City Athletics Club based here in Midrand.
Yes, and we've experienced that last year. We were actually helping and assisting, and some of our contestants were actually running.
Yes, absolutely. So that also just reinforces how we want to promote healthy living. So we say that our purpose is to empower you and our communities to live healthier and more fulfilled lives. And we do that through these partnerships. And we also the preferred medical provider to the Sharks rugby team. So if the Sharks trust us with their hips and knees,
Oh, wow.
yes,
Yes,
I'm
of
sure
course.
the
Then definitely
community
we can.
can trust us with your hips and knees, and obviously all other generalized hospital
Yes.
care. Yeah, not just specific to that.
And I've had the opportunity to visit, like I said, Dr. Maketa, which is a gynecologist, but you also have dietitians, physiotherapists.
Absolutely.
Everyone that you can think of that you can actually find at Busamed Hospital. So it's an all-in-one care. You don't have to outsource to go to a physiotherapist after you have had your surgery. Everything is in-house.
Yeah, so we say we've got a multidisciplinary team and everybody works together. They're constantly communicating about the patients and what the patients need to provide that holistic multidisciplinary care.
Taryn, is there any funny stories or interesting short stories you can share with us?
I suppose maybe one story I'd like to share in the spirit of, Mandela Day just having passed.
Yes.
So something very unique that we do is we started this last year. It's called Universal Care. So we know that there are a lot of people in South Africa that cannot access healthcare, never mind private healthcare.
Yeah.
We know that our state facilities are overwhelmed. There's just so many patients on waiting lists. So what we started last year was this Universal Care program, and we launched it properly during Mandela Day.
Yes.
We set out to do 67 pro bono cases,
Wow.
which we overachieved last year. I think we ended up with 73 pro bono cases.
Sure.
And we say, charity started at home last year. We looked at our employees, our support service, our housekeeping, our security, and we said, guys, send in your nominations of mom, dad, cousin, brother, whoever's been on a waiting list. And we managed to help
Bringing it back to the personal touch again.
Exactly,
Because you know your staff.
Exactly. Start with our staff, and then we can always, roll it out to the community later. And we did 70 odd life-changing
Exceptional.
surgeries. The one that I won't forget was my marketing manager. Her mom needed cataract surgery, and she had a young son. And after the surgery, she said, "It's the first time I can properly see my grandson."
Wow.
So that those are the amazing benefits that we get as healthcare workers.
Yes.
We get to really change lives. So we're doing it again this year. We haven't quite reached our 67 yet, but we are still aiming
but you'll
towards
get
it.
there.
But we'll get there. Yeah, we won't stop until we get our 67 cases.
No, that's amazing. Amazing work that you guys
So
do.
I think that's what's really rewarding for us when we can give back to the
The
community.
community, yes, that's what it's also all about. To set the example, and not just for Busamed, but for all the other hospitals.
Absolutely,
in the private
absolutely.
sector.
So we want them to say, challenge accepted. Let's do what Busamed is doing.
That we're supposed to be doing, and assisting everyone in South Africa to give them the proper healthcare that everybody deserves.
Absolutely.
Taryn, healthcare communication is so important, but what would you like to communicate to South Africans out there?
So yes, it is very difficult. I think everybody knows of Dr. Google now.
Yes.
I've heard some scary stories of people actually using AI to to diagnose themselves, to treat themselves.
True story.
Yes, I've seen it far too often. So I think when it comes to healthcare education is, even with AI coming up, it can be very how do I say it, very convincingly incorrect.
Yeah.
So, just to South Africans is please always go back to a human.
Yes.
Our brains were there for a reason.
Yes.
Don't self-diagnose yourself on AI, on Google. Please always go and seek, actual professional care from a human. AI will miss things that the professional sitting in front of you can see.
Yes.
And don't believe everything that you say. I mean, I think people have Googled symptoms for a mole and thought they've got stage 4 cancer.
Exactly.
Please don't do that. Rather
YouTube
go,
videos, TikTok.
Absolutely. Rather go and have the proper diagnostic test, be it blood work, radiology, and always keep going back to a physical human to make sure that your diagnosis is correct. Don't get overwhelmed with the information that's out there. Often
flustered.
Yes, and often our doctors will say, go and watch this video. They've vetted it, they've verified it. Then go and watch the content that is out there. But please don't overdiagnose yourself, using AI technologies and Google.
Dying and you get your whole family up in a rut.
Exactly.
And it was wrongly diagnosed because you self-diagnosed.
And the stress you're putting on yourself is just unnecessary.
And you will make yourself sick in that way.
Absolutely. I'm not going to lie, I do Google some of my symptoms as well.
Yes, of course, we all do that.
We all do that, and especially when to go see a doctor. When do I see a doctor? Am I being neurotic, or is it time to go and see a doctor?
Yes.
Trust the sites that are trustworthy. There's a lot out there, but you can clearly see those with the medical journals, etc. Follow those sites more than the others that you'll find online.
ChatGPT, perhaps.
Absolutely.
Taryn, thank you so very much for joining me on the couch today.
Thank you.
You truly gave us an insight of how you combine premium care with that personal touch.
Absolutely.
But before we go, I always give my guests a little gift. It's a tea with tea emergency bag.
Oh, cute. Thank you.
So whenever you're in a little emergency, there's like a hairpin and small little things like that in there that you might need one day. Then you can open up your little bag and think about our
So
interview.
it's my Talita first aid kit.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Taryn. Thank you so very much for allowing us this opportunity and for your time. I know you're very busy.
Thank you so much for having me. It was lovely to chat to you and to your audience.
Thank you. Remember to go like, share, and follow us on all of our social media pages. And be blessed, and I will see you soon.